So one of my subscribers suggested that I should do a video on super sedans. I thought it was a pretty cool idea, so why not? As two-door sports cars become more and more undesirable, high-performance sedans and SUVs are becoming very popular. Today I'll be showing you guys 6 super sedans that challenge supercars but for a fraction of the cost. The first super sedan on the list is the Alfa Romeo Giulia Quattrofoglio. Not too long ago, this car was known as a massive underdog. That's no longer the case, as it has proved that it can properly hang with the best cars in the segment. And today this is one of the best performance sedans you can buy. The unique exterior design is unlike anything else that's offered on any of the German competitors, and to be quite honest, it stands out much more as well. And I mean that in a good way. When it comes to performance, there isn't anything that the Giulia Quattrofoglio can't handle. Its active magnetic suspension and torque vector and differential help it shine around a twisty track, and of course under the hood what you get is nothing but amazing. It comes equipped with a Ferrari-derived 2.9-liter twin-turbocharged V6 engine that produces 505 horsepower and 543 pound-feet of torque. Combine that with its relatively low curb weight of 3,700 pounds, and the Giulia Quattrofoglio sprints from 0 to 60 in as low as 3.6 seconds. Oh, and yeah, it has a top speed of 193 miles per hour. Keeping the driving mode on standard comfort setting tames the Giulia, making it a capable daily driver with a minimal exhaust sound. Switch the driving mode into dynamic or race mode and the Italian exotic hiding within unleashes. Race mode opens up the operatic exhaust, flattens the suspension, and turns off various pesky electronics. Many auto journalists say that Alfa Romeo hit it out of the ballpark with this car, saying that the Giulia Quattrofoglio is more engaging than both the BMW M3 and the Mercedes C63. And the impressive part is that Alfa Romeo built such a car in less than 3 years. I should note that reliability has been a concern, especially when the model was first launched. But from what I could read around the web, Alfa Romeo has been taking much needed feedback and addressing their shortcomings. If you're in the market for one, you can find them used for as low as $46,000. Next up is the MercedesBenz AMG CLA45 4MATIC. If you're looking for the cheapest way into a brand new AMG sedan, or maybe you just want the most outrageous 4-cylinder performance car on sale, well then this is the perfect choice for you. It's significantly cheaper than the larger V8 powered AMGs without sacrificing performance numbers, and at the same time giving you much better fuel economy. It's claimed to give you 23 miles per gallon city and 30 miles per gallon highway, which is insanely impressive, especially after you factor in the kind of numbers you get from the AMG CLA45. It comes equipped with a turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder engine that produces 375 horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque. And get this, its twin-scroll turbocharger spools up a whopping 26 psi's. Combine all that with a snappy 7-speed dual-clutch automated transmission plus its 4MATIC all-wheel drive system, and 0 to 60 for the AMG CLA45 happens in just 3.8 seconds. That is absolutely mind-blowing. Guys, this is a 4-cylinder engine we are talking about here. Sure, a small engine like this one doesn't seem like something an AMG vehicle would carry, but with numbers like these, there really isn't room to complain. I mean, other than maybe the sound you get out of the engine, but that's about it. That said, the complete package you get from this thrilling super sedan is unmatchable. It comes better equipped than both the BMW M2 and the Audi RS3 when it comes to features. Gas mileage is among the best in its class, and it's just an overall joy to drive no matter the occasion. One negative is getting into the rear seats as an adult. Its sloping roofline and slim door entry make it challenging to get in, and room in general in the back isn't all that good. Price wise, you can get an updated 2017 and up model for as low as $43,000, or you can opt in for a 2014 through 2016 model for as low as $15,000. Third super sedan on the list is the Cadillac ATSV. Yes, you heard me correctly, a Cadillac. Whether you want to accept it or not, this is a serious sports sedan for enthusiasts. And on top of that, with its competitive price, you get one of the best non-German luxury cars in the market. Just like BMW's M models, Mercedes AMG vehicles, and Audi RS lineup, Cadillac's V is the letter that signifies that it's here to compete with Germany's best. And unlike some of the cars on this list that only have an automated transmission, the ATSV offers a traditional 6-speed manual. In fact, it's the TR6060 6-speed that has been used in various Camaros, Vipers, and even Mustangs. Of course, it's been optimized for the ATSV by adding both rev match logic and no lift shifting, which helps keep the engine at its ideal part of the torque curve. Under the hood, the ATSV does not disappoint. It comes equipped with a twin turbocharged V6 that produces 464 horsepower and 445 pound-feet of torque. Power in the rear wheels, it can achieve 0 to 60 in as low as 3.7 seconds and can complete a quarter-mile run in just 12.1 seconds. That's pretty impressive, especially when you compare the ATSV to its bigger sibling, sibling, the CTSV. They are both very close when it comes to performance numbers, but since the ATSV comes in a smaller form factor, it may be arguably a much more fun car to drive. I would say its ideal competitor is the BMW M3, and if you really dig into it, you'll realize that it was probably Cadillac's purpose, to try to dethrone the M3 from the top of the premium high-performance sedan segment. I wouldn't say it accomplished that task, but it definitely puts up a fight. Ultimately, this super sedan hits the sweet spot in multiple categories. It's available in a manly 6-speed manual, it features a sharp, edgy, luxurious styling, and can really come to life when you floor it. Best of all is that you can get a 2016 model for as low as $30,000. Fourth supercar on the list is the Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat. This monster of a car was crowned the fastest production car on earth a few years ago, and it's just as special now as it was back then. Crazy because back when the Charger Hellcat was first unveiled, people would expect such a high performance sedan from the Germans, but not from Dodge or Fiat Chrysler in general. This right here is an ultimate 4-door muscle car that packs a massive punch. Its engine, of course, is its main attraction. It comes equipped with a supercharged 6.2 liter V8 that produces a whopping 707 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque. Combine all that power with its quick shift and 8-speed automatic transmission, and 0 to 60 happens in just 3.4 seconds and a quarter-mile run in just 11.4 seconds. And get this, it has a top speed of 204 miles per hour. As you can see, this is a major drag strip weapon, and that is probably where you will most likely find one. Its heavy curb weight of around 4,400 pounds doesn't really make it too ideal for twisted turns. Sure, it's possible, but it definitely specializes in a straight line. Exterior wise, it looks somewhat aggressive, not as much as the Challenger Hellcat, and unless you're a car enthusiast, it would be really hard to guess that this Charger Hellcat pushes out so much power. There are 2 little Hellcat symbols, 2 SRT badges, and that's pretty much it. And like I said, unless you're a car enthusiast, you probably wouldn't know what those symbols mean. Inside, you get some sweet features to go with your insane family sedan. You get heated and ventilated seats wrapped in leather, a 8.4-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and an impressive 200 mph speedometer. You want the most ridiculous sedan on earth? Well, you can get a used one for as low as $43,000, and when it comes to dollar per horsepower, that is unbeatable. The fifth super sedan is the Audi RS3. As many of you may know, Audi typically chooses not to offer most of their RS models here in the US, so when the RS3 became available in late 2017, man, were many of us car enthusiasts excited. Sadly, we didn't get the Sportback model, but hey, it's better than nothing, right? Looking at the massive front air intakes, the 19-inch 5-arm blade wheels, and massive tailpipes, you know this car is ready to rock. Everything the turbo 4-cylinder S3 isn't, the RS3 is. Audi managed to cram lots of power into a small form factor sedan. How much power, you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked. The Audi RS3 carries a 2.5 liter inline 5 turbocharged engine that produces 400 horsepower and 354 pound-feet of torque. Combine that power with Audi's Quattro drive system and it can run from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3.5 seconds. The RS3 only offers a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. Let's face it guys, that's becoming the norm. Traditional manual transmission are being offered less as years go by. Oh, and how can I forget about the Audi's RS3 interior? It features quality and style very few automakers can compete with. Audi in general carries some of the best cabin tech in the industry. This is a car that has the perfect blend of daily drivable, best-in-class tech, and race-ready performance, and it just looks so damn good. I'll be honest, it's hard to find the RS3 at an incredible deal like previous cars mentioned, but still, if you compare the performance you get from it versus a supercar, you still end up getting it at just a fraction of the price. You can find them used for as low as $57,000. Sixth and final car is the Kia Stinger GT. A Kia? Yes, I know, Kia isn't the first name you think of when you hear the word super sedan. When you think of Kia, you might think of crossovers and economy cars with long warranties. But the Stinger GT is a different story. In the sports sedan category, there really isn't anything that can match what this exciting car offers at its price point. The exterior looks so good in my opinion, from its sloping roofline, unique style wheels, Brembo brake calipers, and functional brake vents. In fact, it looks nearly identical to what it looked like back when it was first showcased as a concept, something many automakers fail to do. Don't you hate when a concept car looks stunning and when the official car releases you're like, what? What the fuck? According to many user reviews, the Stinger GT attracts lots of attention, leaving many bystanders in disbelief that this car is indeed A Kia. And of course it shines performance-wise. The Stinger GT carries a 3.3-liter twin-turbo V6 engine that produces 365 horsepower and 376 pound-feet of torque. It's the same engine equipped with the Genesis G90. 0 to 60 for the Stinger GT happens in 4.4 seconds and can complete a quarter-mile run in 12.9 seconds. The Stinger GT offers a custom driving mode that allows drivers to tweak the responsiveness of both the engine and the transmission, steering effort, dampen settings, and something that's called engine sound enhancement, which is funneled through the audio system speakers. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of fake or enhanced engine sound, but hey, get used to it, as many of your favorite cars now carry this feature. I'm sure many of you will still say, but it's a Kia. But sometimes you gotta look past the badge and enjoy the engineering and bang for the buck you get with the Stinger GT. Sure, it's not supercar quick, but I felt like I needed to include it solely because of how much of a bargain it is. You can find them for as low as $29,000. Talk about one great deal. Well guys, that was the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. If you want to see more, make sure to subscribe with notifications on. That way you don't miss out on my next video. Also guys, if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure and do so. I do post behind the scene content on there and channel updates. As always, thanks for watching. Till next time.